for you personally, reaching 20 goals in about half a season of play, is that, I mean, kind of reinforce having like what you hope to accomplish, having what you were coming off?
Yeah, I think just dealing with everything this year, it was a little bit of a road, but I feel pretty good on the ice. So definitely feel better than last year, which is makes us feel like a good decision. You're never really sure going into surgery if it's the right decision or not, but I feel like I put it off for 2 to 3 years, so it was probably time to do it. And really happy with everything. Obviously, feel like it's going to get better and better as time goes on too, which is exciting. So I think it's been a good decision for sure.
Is it to the point where you don't have to think about it, or you don't think about it anymore, or like?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm not feeling pain on the ice, so that's a lot different than what I was used to the past couple of years, 2.5 seasons. So that's exciting. I think you always want to stay on top of it off the ice and make sure you're doing the right things to keep it up and make sure you're keeping your strength up and staying activated, things like that. So I think it'll always be something to keep your eye on and a little bit of a process. But as far as where I'm at compared to last year, it's a big difference, and excited to just keep dialing it in more and more and keep getting better with the hip and feeling it out and just progressing it as time goes on. Great. I mean, nothing but positive things to say about the organization and the coaches and the team in here. So really happy with the decision to come here. Obviously, it's not an easy decision on deciding where you want to play and where you think you'd fit best. But really happy with coming here. And it's been great being a wing and just playing at the LCA and the fans, the way the fans have embraced me. It's been, you never really know with the Chicago-Detroit rivalry, so it's really been great. I've been happy with everything.
You've had so much success in your career. What is it, or do you enjoy this? Like every game is just of such magnitude now, and you score with a second left yesterday. Like it's just,
No, yeah, I know. It's kind of a meaningless goal, but still, you kind of wish there was a little bit more time on the clock. But, I think these are the fun games to play in, right? It's, fun to be back in the mix. Obviously, we had a great run there in Chicago for a long time, and then kind of went downhill a little bit. So it was fun to be back in playoffs last year and playing with the Rangers, and now just feeling better about my body and myself and my game and being in these important games. It's been so fun. So hopefully we can find a way to get some points on this road trip and get ourselves back into a playoff spot. And obviously these next 4 games are huge, but none more important than tomorrow.
As far as your future, is it something like you want to make a decision fairly soon after the season ends, or are you kind of like wait and see, or?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it much. It's just, obviously, it's in the back of your mind and it's coming up where, it's going to come up eventually. But I think right now it's just more about being in the moment, staying in the present, being here with this team and trying to get into the playoffs. And I think just with the situation I was in and coming in and, being here for, maybe 3/4 of the season, whatever it was, that it's just this year and then see what happens after. So, but like I said, I have nothing but positive things to say about the organization, just kind of trying to stay in the moment for this year, and hopefully all that stuff figures itself out after.
What do you think about the way Sid and the Penguins are playing? What do you think is going to be important?
Yeah, they've been playing great. I mean, they've been finding ways to get points and win games. I mean, it's been impressive just because you thought they were out of the playoff picture around the trade deadline, right? So they've had quite a run, and he's leading the charge. He's still as good as ever. So, definitely a lot of focus on him and what he's doing out there, and make sure we're trying to limit his time and space, make him play in his own end, things like that. So, they've been playing great, so it'll be a big game for us.
They're playing really well right now, and the big dog there is doing his thing. So it's going to be important. Yeah, I think I'm encouraged and happy because I thought we played really well yesterday, and it's just important to not get bogged down by the result. Obviously, you have to be cognizant of that, and it's a win and loss business right now, and we all know that. But you also don't want to hurt yourself by anchoring yourself down and dragging that dead weight into the next game. So I think that if we just approach it the same way and with a healthy, happy mentality, I think that's the way. And we still have 4 games left. Like, there's still time, and we just have to fight till the end. And so I think that's the focus that we have to maintain.
You mentioned Pittsburgh's big dog, but you guys, Patrick Kane, I mean, he's in half a season, he's already got 20 goals. What if you, like, just being teammates with him stood out?
It's crazy. And, I mean, just from all of the context aside right now, like, I was starstruck when he came in, and I continue to be starstruck by him. And just being able to, like, learn, I think, it's like such a valuable resource. He's such a wealth of knowledge. And I would never say that to his face, but like, having him shoot in practice and understanding what he understands, and he thinks a lot of the ways like a goalie thinks, and he understands exactly like what's going on with what a goalie's doing, and to me it's like a chess match almost, and he's the best at it. So to not use that as a resource and try to him and Larks and Cat, and we have a lot of talented players on this team, but yeah, for him, and also just like seeing how he operates in these moments and seeing how he operates on a day-to-day basis, I think it's easy to see what he does on the ice and be enamored, but to me, I love watching him just on a day-to-day basis and see what he does and how he prepares and the way he thinks and the way he acts and the way he does everything. And I love that part of it. He's been awesome with the team and such a great guy and such a steadying influence on us that I feel, again, like I feel almost embarrassed saying this, but I feel like honored to play with him to a degree. So it's just been awesome, and yeah.
Confirmed what the doctor had anticipated last night. Broke his cheekbone, so he'll be unavailable for us tomorrow. Obviously, not going on the road trip with us to start. He's going to have to go through, again, I'm not a doctor, but having that, caved in cheekbone there's a process to it, and got to go through some more protocol here over the next 24 hours. And, this day and age, we'll know more next couple days, but unavailable for Pittsburgh, and would love to see him rolling out with his old Michigan college cage back on, give us some games on the stretch, but time will tell.
Rasmussen is still
Rasmussen's still out.
Day to day, or I mean
day to day, yes. Still hopeful, but no update.
Hey, Patrick Kane, 20th goal yesterday. In okay, Caps had 2 goals, but he could have just as easily said, why bother with that last goal? But I mean, just is it just like daily being impressed by what he brings?
Of course, yes. Makes a ton of plays. He was like everyone else last night. You watch it back. He had a bunch of opportunities to find the net earlier. But yeah, he's been great. I mean, the offense he's produced, the leadership he's brought, the presence he's brought to the room. It's been everything as advertised.
Going back to Kane, I mean, both him, Sidney Crosby, is that what sets them out, how they play this time, like with so much on the line now?
I think but their approach too, their will, their drive. I watched the Pittsburgh-Toronto game. Obviously intrigued by the outcome, and Crosby was the best player on the ice in the third period. It was noticeably the best player on the ice. Was some really good players on both teams there. So, special. He'll go down as one of the greatest ever, and he's pushing that team. And again, it's a great opportunity for us. Washington came in, found a way to win here. We can go in and find a way to win Pittsburgh. All of a sudden, it's amazing how that math kind of flips and turns in our favor again. So this is feels like a playoff. Not only the caliber of game, the intensity of game, but managing the highs and lows. It's no different in a 7-game type series where you play well, find a way to lose. How do you bounce back? That'll be our task for tomorrow.
Looked like you tinkered a little bit with your top two lines as well. I know the bottom because of the injury, but is that more matchup or more trying to
Yeah,
get
just
all
on
the
the
guys
road
going? Or, yeah.
sometimes, especially with Pittsburgh, they're a very deep team. And the last time we played them, we had Kane and Cat together. They did a really good job of checking them, freeing up Crosby and Malkin elsewhere. So just think it adds a little bit different balance. Obviously we're losing two, which you referenced, two very important pieces to our forward group with some size. So I just thought it was an opportunity to balance our lines out a little bit going on the road. It was a dream scenario to be in games like this. No one had us here. Most people projected us 7th in the division. No one had us in the playoffs. And again, not a knock on our group. That was the division, that's the conference. To have an opportunity right here, we may not be here next year. You look at some of these lineups and teams are growing, not to mention other names, but I don't foresee New Jersey not flirting with 100 points. There's teams around us. You don't get these opportunities, and we're in one. So we had an opportunity last night, so we came up short. We have an opportunity tomorrow against Pittsburgh. We would like to seize that opportunity.
Jack, from up top, it looked like yesterday you guys did such a good job funneling puck, like maybe not all high percentage, but much more efficiently than maybe a lot of the season. Is that what you want to see? Just,
of course,
yeah.
It's, you can even see with our guys, the frustration that lied into last night was we executed what we wanted to look like, or we executed a game plan. We had 81 shot attempts. We talked about not being around the goalie enough. That was true in rewatching the game, but it was a little better than I thought. I thought we were really poor, just the visual, because it was one or two plays stick out in your mind, but then you watch it, we were getting to that area, we were getting to that hard area, it just didn't go our way. Again, having 5 more minutes of zone time, our breakouts last night were the cleanest and best they may have been all year long, hence the difference in zone time. Chances are almost 2.5, 3 to 1. Sports Logic had a grade out, they only have 1 grade A. I mean, it's frustrating because that's probably a win 8 or 9 out of 10 times, but it wasn't last night. It's the reality of this time of year. We're going to need even a little bit more with an opportunity tomorrow.